Hey there, welcome to Speak Up. I'm Ryan, and I'm excited to have you on board, whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a regular listener. Today, we're focusing on a topic that's all about empowerment, how to teach yourself English at home successfully. We're going to share straightforward, effective strategies that can help you build a strong foundation in English without needing a traditional classroom. From mastering grammar rules to engaging in dynamic listening practices, our tips are designed to help you speak English more fluently and with confidence. And later on, we will reveal a surprising strategy that could change your self-study routine for the better.
Hello everyone, I'm Priya, and I'm here with Ryan to help you navigate the journey of learning English on your own. Self-study doesn't have to be a lonely or complicated process. In fact, it can be a fun and empowering experience. Today, we'll break down the process into manageable steps, including creating a solid study plan and incorporating daily conversation and listening exercises. We'll share practical tips that can help you overcome hesitation and make steady progress in your English skills. Picture yourself confidently expressing your thoughts in English every day. Stick around as we guide you through how to build that confidence and turn your home into an effective language learning environment.
Let's first talk about self-assessment and goal setting. Before diving into any study plan, it's crucial to take a good look at where you currently stand with your English skills. Ask yourself, are you just starting out or have you already built a basic foundation? Understanding your level, whether you're exploring English for beginners materials or already tackling more advanced content, will help you identify the areas that need attention. Think about the different components of language learning. Your grasp on grammar, your vocabulary range, your listening abilities, and how comfortable you are speaking. Being honest about these aspects can really streamline your learning process. It's like drawing a map before you set out on a journey. You want to know exactly where you are so you can plan the best route to where you want to go. This reflection not only highlights your strengths, but also pinpoints the specific skills you need to work on. Remember, a clear picture of your starting point is the foundation of all future progress.
Building on that, let's move into setting clear and measurable goals. Once you've assessed your current abilities, the next step is to decide what you want to achieve. It's essential to define both short-term and long-term targets. For instance, you might aim to master concepts that simplify complex rules. Think along the lines of resources that make English grammar made easy. Or work on expanding your lexicon with an effective English vocabulary builder. Short-term goals could be as simple as dedicating a fixed amount of time each day to reading or practicing listening, while long-term goals might involve reaching a level where you can speak English confidently in various situations. Setting such precise objectives gives you clear milestones to hit, which in turn keeps you motivated and on track. It's all about breaking down a larger goal into smaller, more manageable steps that you can celebrate along the way.
Now, let's dive a little deeper into the self-assessment process. It's important to not only determine your general level, but also to pinpoint exactly which skills require more focus. Perhaps you feel comfortable reading, but struggle with forming sentences or catching spoken English. Utilizing online quizzes or language assessment tools can provide you with a clearer understanding of your proficiency. These tools help identify specific gaps, be it in grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation, that you might not be aware of. Once you know your strengths and weaknesses, you can align your study plan accordingly. For example, if you notice that grammar remains a challenge, you can prioritize sessions that target sentence structure and tense usage. This way, every minute you spend studying is directed exactly where you need it most, making your learning journey more efficient and tailored to your needs.
And as we shift our focus to goal setting, it's all about creating objectives that are both challenging and realistic. Think about your end goal, such as speaking with ease in different settings or excelling in discussions, and then break that down into daily or weekly tasks. Perhaps your short-term aim is to consistently spend a dedicated period practicing listening and speaking, while your long-term goal could be to refine your ability to speak English confidently in professional or social settings. Writing these goals down, maybe in a planner or a digital calendar, can be very effective. This method allows you to visually track your progress and adjust your study plan as needed. The key here is specificity. For example, setting a target like learning a new set of vocabulary each week or mastering a particular grammar rule ensures that your efforts are focused and measurable. With a solid set of goals, every step you take at home contributes directly to building a strong, functional command of English.
All right, now that we've laid out our goals and assessed where we stand, let's dive into creating a structured study plan. The key here is consistency. Imagine setting aside specific time slots each day dedicated solely to different aspects of learning: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. For instance, you might start your day by reading an article or a short story to build your vocabulary, then move on to writing a few sentences about what you learned. Later, you can listen to a podcast or engage in some English listening practice to get accustomed to the natural flow of conversation. And don't forget to schedule some time for speaking, perhaps through daily English conversation exercises that help you internalize what you've learned. By breaking down your study sessions into these focused activities, you create a routine that's both engaging and efficient. This structure not only helps you stay organized, but also ensures that every essential skill is given its due attention.
Yes, Ryan, a structured plan is truly the backbone of successful self-learning. What's great about having a consistent schedule is that it transforms English learning from a sporadic activity into a daily habit. Picture this. You set aside dedicated time every day for reading, writing, listening, and speaking. For example, in the morning, you could focus on writing exercises to practice new words and grammar. And in the afternoon, spend time on English listening practice using audio lessons or podcasts. In the evening, you might engage in daily English conversation practice, whether it's speaking out loud to yourself or using language apps to simulate real-life dialogues. This methodical approach not only reinforces what you learn, but also builds a steady rhythm that gradually boosts your confidence. The idea is to ensure every part of your language skills gets attention, making it easier to progress consistently and eventually speak English confidently without hesitation.
Now, let's talk about the role of digital resources in your study plan. In today's digital age, you have access to a variety of tools that can make your self-learning journey both organized and fun. Integrating platforms like the best apps to learn English can offer structured lessons, interactive quizzes, and even community features where you can practice with others. Additionally, many free English learning resources are available online that provide everything from grammar exercises to pronunciation drills. These tools can help you stick to your schedule by offering reminders and tracking your progress, ensuring you make the most out of each study session. Whether you're reviewing a lesson or practicing new vocabulary, these digital aids can turn your daily routine into an immersive learning experience. They keep your study sessions dynamic and allow you to measure your progress as you work towards fluency.
Absolutely, Ryan. Leveraging digital resources is a smart way to keep your study plan both engaging and effective. When you integrate these tools, you're not just following a routine, you're enhancing it with interactive elements that adapt to your learning pace. Imagine using apps that prompt you with a daily challenge or provide instant feedback on your exercises. This means your scheduled sessions for daily English conversation or English listening practice become even more productive. By setting clear time slots for each activity and supplementing them with digital tools, you ensure that every minute spent learning is focused and goal-oriented. This structured approach not only helps in organizing your study time, but also makes the learning process more enjoyable and less overwhelming. In turn, you'll find that your overall progress accelerates, and you're steadily moving toward the goal of speaking and understanding English with confidence.
Now that we've got our study plan in place, let's dive into building a solid grammar and vocabulary foundation. At this stage, grammar forms the backbone of your learning journey. I recommend starting with resources designed to simplify the rules. Think of guides that focus on English grammar made easy. These tools help break down complex concepts into understandable parts, making it simpler to grasp the nuances of sentence structure and tense usage. It's also essential to identify and correct common English mistakes early on. Recognizing these pitfalls not only strengthens your language structure, but also boosts your confidence when forming sentences. A focused study of grammar ensures that every conversation you have is rooted in clarity and correctness, which is a huge step toward achieving fluency.
Absolutely, Ryan. While grammar lays the foundation, expanding your vocabulary is equally vital. A robust vocabulary allows you to express yourself more accurately and adds depth to your communication. I suggest integrating tools like an English vocabulary builder into your study routine. These resources provide a systematic way to discover and learn new words every day. Additionally, applying tips to memorize English words can transform the way you retain and recall vocabulary. For instance, learning words in context through reading or interactive exercises helps cement their meanings and usage in your mind. This combined focus on grammar and vocabulary creates a balanced approach that will propel you towards speaking and writing with greater precision and confidence.
Taking a closer look at grammar, it's important to approach it methodically. Work on one topic at a time, whether it's verb forms, sentence construction, or punctuation, and then practice regularly. By consistently reviewing material that makes English grammar made easy, you're not only reinforcing your knowledge, but also minimizing the chance of repeating common English mistakes. It's like building a strong framework where every new lesson supports the one before. As you work through these exercises, consider keeping a small notebook where you jot down rules and corrections. This ongoing record can be an invaluable reference. With each practice session, you'll find that the rules become second nature, enabling you to construct sentences more fluently and naturally.
And while you're reinforcing your grammar skills, don't overlook the power of an enriched vocabulary. Expanding your word bank is essential to expressing your ideas clearly. Dedicate time daily to learn new words using a structured method like an English vocabulary builder. This not only introduces you to fresh terms, but also provides context so you understand how to use them correctly. Along with that, incorporating tips to memorize English words, such as using flashcards, mnemonics, or even digital apps, can make your learning process more engaging and efficient. When you encounter a new word, try to use it in a sentence immediately. This practice helps embed the word in your memory and makes it easier to recall in conversation. Balancing these two areas, grammar and vocabulary, creates a comprehensive foundation that will enhance your overall command of the language.
Now, let's focus on enhancing our listening skills, a crucial element in mastering English. Regular English listening practice is key, so try setting aside dedicated time each day to listen to podcasts or audio lessons that suit your learning level. As you listen, really concentrate on the natural flow of conversation. Notice the intonation, the pauses, and how speakers emphasize certain words. This isn't just about hearing English, it's about tuning into the rhythm and nuances that native speakers use. Over time, this habit helps you become more attuned to different accents and speech patterns, making it easier to follow along in any conversation. Even short, consistent sessions can gradually build your comprehension skills, setting a solid foundation for further progress in your English learning journey.
Absolutely, Ryan. While developing listening skills is vital, we must also focus on speaking practice to boost your overall fluency. Start by engaging in daily English conversation. Whether you're talking aloud to yourself, practicing with a language app, or even reading out loud. The goal is to get comfortable forming sentences and expressing your thoughts. A key technique here is to start thinking directly in English rather than translating from your native language. This shift, often referred to as learning how to think in English, can really speed up your progress. Moreover, focus on methods to stop translating in your head. When you allow your thoughts to flow in English, you'll notice a natural improvement in your speaking ability. Consistent practice in speaking not only reinforces your listening skills, but also builds the confidence you need to express yourself fluently.
Let's dive a bit deeper into how you can structure your listening practice for maximum benefit. Mix up your sources, use podcasts, news clips, or audio courses to expose yourself to a variety of speaking styles and vocabulary. This variety enriches your listening experience and helps you understand different contexts and tones. As you listen, make it a habit to note down any new expressions or phrases, then review them later. This active engagement transforms passive listening into a dynamic learning session, reinforcing the patterns of natural speech. By regularly engaging in such diverse listening activities, you'll sharpen your ability to catch subtle details, which is essential for both understanding and eventually responding with clarity and precision.
And on the speaking front, consistency is your best friend. Designate a specific time each day solely for speaking practice. Whether you record your voice, participate in online language groups, or simply speak out loud about a topic of interest, every bit of practice counts. As you continue, focus on internalizing the language by applying techniques like how to think in English. This practice helps reduce the habit of translating in your mind, allowing your responses to come out more fluidly. Gradually, you'll notice improvements in your pronunciation, rhythm, and overall fluency. The key is to be patient and persistent. Each speaking session builds your ability to communicate effortlessly, helping you reach the point where you can speak English confidently in any situation.
As we move into our next segment, let's discuss immersing yourself in English media and employing shadowing techniques to boost your language skills. One of the most enjoyable ways to enhance your learning is by integrating English media into your daily routine. For example, you can watch movies or series through platforms like Learn English with Movies/Netflix. This method not only introduces you to a wide range of vocabulary, but also exposes you to various accents and speaking styles that you might not encounter in textbooks. As you watch, focus on the dialogue, observe the intonation, and notice how native speakers emphasize certain words. In addition, listening to an English podcast for learning can immerse you in authentic language usage, helping you understand the natural rhythm and flow of everyday conversation. By engaging with these resources, you're not just studying, you're experiencing English in real-life contexts, which can make your learning journey both dynamic and effective.
I completely agree, Ryan. Immersing yourself in English media creates an environment where the language becomes a part of your everyday life. When you watch shows or films via Learn English with Movies/Netflix, you're exposed to diverse vocabulary and colloquial expressions that enrich your understanding far beyond traditional study methods. Similarly, tuning into an English podcast for learning offers you an opportunity to hear natural speech, varied accents, and even cultural nuances that textbooks might miss. This exposure is vital for building a more intuitive grasp of the language. Regularly engaging with these media sources helps your brain adapt to the cadence of native speech, making it easier to pick up on subtle linguistic details. It's a fun and effective way to improve your listening skills, and over time, you'll notice that these immersive experiences significantly contribute to your overall fluency and comfort with English.
Now let's delve into the shadowing technique, a practice that can truly transform your speaking ability. Shadowing involves listening carefully to native speakers and then repeating their words simultaneously, mimicking their speed, intonation, and rhythm. This method, often referred to as the shadowing technique for fluency, is a fantastic exercise for improving pronunciation and refining your overall speech. By matching the natural flow of the speaker, you're training your mouth and mind to produce more fluid, authentic-sounding English. This process not only enhances your English accent training, but also builds your confidence in using the language in everyday situations. Although it might feel challenging initially, consistent practice with shadowing can make a significant difference in how naturally you speak. Over time, your ability to replicate native speech patterns will improve, making your communication smoother and more confident.
Combining immersion in English media with the shadowing technique truly creates a holistic learning experience. When you're engaged with a show on Learn English with Movies, Netflix, or absorbed in an English podcast for learning, try to actively shadow the dialogues. This means repeating what you hear in real time, which reinforces your listening and speaking skills simultaneously. As you mimic the pronunciation and cadence of native speakers, you'll begin to internalize the rhythm and flow of natural conversation. Over time, this practice will not only improve your accent and clarity, but also make you more adept at understanding the subtleties of everyday English. By integrating these techniques into your regular study routine, You create a powerful synergy that accelerates your learning process, ensuring that both your listening comprehension and speaking fluency are continuously enhanced.
Now let's dive into overcoming barriers and building that much-needed confidence when speaking English. A lot of learners often face hesitation, and that reluctance can hold you back from truly expressing yourself. To address this, start by implementing targeted English-speaking tips. For instance, focus on small, controlled exercises that gradually ease you into longer conversations. Begin with brief speaking drills, and don't worry about perfection. Mistakes are simply stepping stones on your journey. Using methods designed to overcome the fear of speaking English can help you shift your mindset from self-criticism to self-improvement. Embrace exercises that encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. These can include recording your voice or even practicing in front of a mirror. Over time, these deliberate efforts will pave the way for speaking more naturally and confidently.
I completely agree, Ryan. Many learners feel a mental block when it comes to speaking, but the key is to gradually work through that hesitation. Start with simple exercises that allow you to build your speaking skills in a stress-free environment. Utilize practical English speaking tips by engaging in short conversations or practicing phrases until they become second nature. Techniques such as learning how to speak English without hesitation are essential. They help you break free from the tendency to overthink every word. Remember, every time you speak, you're training your brain to process and respond in English more swiftly. This approach not only helps reduce anxiety, but also reinforces the habit of speaking regularly. With time, your practice sessions will transform from nerve-wracking to empowering, enabling you to communicate more fluently.
Let's now focus on maintaining consistent practice, which is vital for steadily improving English fluency. Consistency is the cornerstone of overcoming any learning barrier. Try to establish a routine that includes dedicated speaking sessions throughout your day. Even if it's just a few minutes at a time, regular practice can gradually dissolve the hesitation you feel. Incorporate a variety of exercises, ranging from role-playing different scenarios to engaging in spontaneous dialogues. Each session should be seen as an opportunity to build your confidence. Reflect on your progress after every practice session. Notice where you excel and identify areas for further improvement. This consistent cycle of practice and reflection is essential for making real strides in your fluency and for eventually being able to speak English without hesitation.
Building on that, it's crucial to design your practice routines in a way that they become a natural part of your daily life. The more you integrate English into your routine, the less intimidating speaking becomes. Establish a schedule that includes regular sessions of speaking and listening exercises so that these activities become habitual. Use every opportunity to practice, whether you're repeating phrases during your commute or engaging in brief conversations with yourself at home. This regularity not only boosts your confidence, but also reinforces your overall language skills, enabling you to communicate with ease. Over time, these small, consistent practices help diminish any lingering fear of making mistakes. With every session, you'll notice that you're gradually improving English fluency and building the assurance needed to express your thoughts clearly. Embracing a steady routine is the surest way to turn barriers into stepping stones toward fluent, confident communication.
Now that we've covered various strategies for self-learning, let's talk about tracking your progress and adjusting your methods along the way. It's essential to monitor your improvement so you can see where you're excelling and where you might need to focus a little more. Start by setting clear benchmarks. Perhaps aim to improve English writing skills by tackling a specific writing exercise each week, or by working on master English tenses through targeted drills. Self-assessment tools, online quizzes, or even a simple journal to note down your achievements and challenges can provide valuable insights. When you regularly evaluate your performance, you gain a clearer picture of your progress, which helps keep your motivation high and your study plan fine-tuned to your evolving needs. This methodical approach not only highlights the milestones you've reached, but also pinpoints the areas that require additional attention, ensuring that every aspect of your learning journey is optimized.
Absolutely, Ryan. Monitoring your progress is the key to long-term success, and it's all about staying proactive. Using self-assessment tools like online quizzes and reflective journals can be incredibly effective for understanding your current level and areas that need improvement. For instance, if you notice that your writing isn't as fluid as you'd like, setting a goal to improve English writing skills by regularly drafting short essays or responses can make a big difference. Likewise, if mastering the nuances of master English tenses has been challenging, you can dedicate extra time to focused exercises. The idea is to create a feedback loop: assess, learn, and adjust. By tracking your progress, you'll be able to see patterns in your learning, allowing you to adjust your methods, be it tweaking your study schedule or exploring new digital resources, to ensure that you continue to grow and succeed in your journey to learn English at home successfully.
Let's dig a bit deeper into adjusting your study plan based on the feedback you gather. Once you've identified the areas that need improvement, it's important to be flexible and ready to modify your approach. For example, if you're finding that your progress in writing is slower than expected, consider integrating additional writing exercises or exploring new techniques that can help clarify complex grammar points. Similarly, if you're comfortable with listening but want to push your speaking skills further, you might want to increase your practice sessions or even experiment with speaking challenges. The process is very much about personalization, experimenting with different resources until you find the combination that works best for you. This dynamic adjustment not only keeps your learning experience fresh, but also ensures that you are continuously aligning your efforts with your goals. By adapting your study plan based on real-time feedback, you can create an environment that truly supports your growth and makes your path to fluency more efficient.
And as you continue to adjust your study plan, remember that flexibility is a sign of progress, not a setback. It's perfectly normal to refine your approach as you learn more about what works best for you. If you discover that you're absorbing new vocabulary better through interactive exercises rather than traditional methods, incorporate those activities into your routine. Perhaps you might find that dedicating extra time to pronunciation practice or engaging in more interactive speaking sessions significantly enhances your fluency. The goal is to create a study plan that evolves with your progress. Regularly revisit your benchmarks, like your goals to improve English writing skills or master English tenses, and adjust them as needed. This continuous cycle of monitoring, evaluating, and refining ensures that your efforts remain effective and targeted. It's a proactive way to learn English at home, ensuring that every adjustment you make brings you closer to fluent, confident communication.
That wraps up today's episode on teaching yourself English at home successfully. We covered everything from self-assessment and goal setting to building a solid grammar and vocabulary foundation, improving your listening and speaking skills, immersing yourself in English media, overcoming speaking barriers, and tracking your progress. Remember, consistency is key to improve English fluency and to speak English confidently.
Exactly, Ryan. By following these structured strategies and using the right digital tools and techniques, you're well on your way to mastering English on your own. Keep practicing daily, adjust your methods as needed, and soon you'll notice real progress. Thanks for joining us today on Speak Up. Keep learning, and see you next time.